Well, that was an excellent little stop. It was called Jitterbug Java's, and it's like a souvenir shop, but also a coffee shop. But it's really nice, great coffee, good buns, and great to catch up with Nige again. Shame he's not on the bike, but there we go. Right, let's hit the road. We're out of here. It's good to know we got Nige following up the rear. I don't know why Carol finds that funny, but she does. That's her mind for you. This is the problem with other people's minds. They often read things into what you say which aren't really there. Nigel's the worst. Anyway, oh, check out that amazing sculpture. Well, it seems like a cool little place. Great place for a stop. This is Seeley Lake, it's called. All sorts of eateries and cafes here, but that one was a good find. 71 degrees according to that, 72 according to the GS. What do we believe? Right, settle back, looking for the MT200 next. What a belting section of road. I think they must have just laid this because it's absolutely smooth as a billiard board, lovely and grippy, absolutely perfect. Just coming up to some more roadworks, which is slightly annoying, so we're probably in for a wait, but just gives us a chance to look at this lake, which is absolutely beautiful. This is called Salmon Lake. There's a house on an island there, look, with boats moored up outside. How cool is that? What a lovely spot. Luckily it wasn't a very long stop for the roadworks. We did get to enjoy this view a bit more. We're still technically in the roadworks, and it's been going on for a little while and there's no real sign of roadworks, but I'm getting comfortable and used to riding on the left again. I've got to get out of that. It's feeling too natural. Well, that was one of the more scenic roadworks we've done. Wow, what amazing views we've had on this road. It's been an absolute cracking ride. These lovely sweeping bends and just these mountains now on this nice clear day looking absolutely spectacular. It's been a fantastic ride today, thoroughly enjoyed it. What a beautiful part of the world. Right, this place is called Milltown, and you can understand why, because there's a distinct smell of sawn wood here. But also there's a fuel station over there, so let's go and get some motion lotion, as we've done 116-ish miles today plus. We'll get it topped up just in case. This has got to be one of the biggest fuel stations I've ever seen. I've got a feeling there's not much fuel for a long way after this, so this might be why it's so big, but just look at the size of this place. What are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18 pumping stations, something like that. Unbelievable. This whole fueling up with a black nozzle is just all wrong for a Brit, because at home this would be diesel, but here it's gas. At least I hope it is, or we're in trouble. Oop. Wow, seems like we're in the middle of the metropolis now. This is a place called Missoula, and it's one of the most built up places we've been to so far on the trip, I think. Just got to work our way through it now. Right, left here I think. City centre. Wow, that's quite exciting. It's not like Nugget City, is it? Crikey, and a roundabout. How about that? That doesn't happen much in the US, does it? Roundabouts. That's cool. Brew house on the top of the bridge. Check that out. Blimey, it really is a city. Crikey, traffic. Not used to this. Oh, it's 82 Fahrenheit again. It's quickly got hot now we're out of the mountains. Well, I have to say, Missoula looks like a very nice place. Very well kept. Interesting. Garden there, had a yellow submarine in the front and some sort of aircraft. Why not? Oh, what a neat and tidy place Missoula is. I like it a lot. Well, this is more like the US that I've known and loved from the past. Straight streets, strip malls, you know, all your familiar stuff. And I love all this, I have to say. So well done, this little town. Oh, there's a little place there. Looks like it might be up my street. Man, it's feeling really busy here. It's a long time since we saw civilization on this scale. It's all rather exciting. Well, we just had an excellent little stop at this place in Missoula. I had the best burger I've had since we've been in the US, well, in Canada. It was fantastic. Great service. Total Americana. Loved it. But it's like 35 degrees out here now. It's absolutely cooking it as we get all ruckered up. So I'm just stood in the shade while Mrs. Fly gets ready. And then we'll re-hit the road. Only about 60 or 70 miles to go now. So be at our little home for the night soon. What a great little town that was. I'm loving the sound of this F-150 next to me. Or is it a 350? No, it's a 150. Saw one of those the other day. It had a power stroke engine. I thought, yeah, power stroke. I like a power stroke. Tittering in the back. Oh, proper Americana this. I love it. What could be more American than a big Ford sign? Look at that. Right, leaving town now, just about to cross the Bitterroot River apparently. A couple of people paddleboarding in there. Very nice too, as it's 87 degrees Fahrenheit here. That is warm for a Brit, I can tell you. So according to the GPS just here on the right, there's a place called Axeman Firearms, and you can go and try any weapon you wish before you buy it. There we are, Axeman Firearms. Little semi-automatic weapon on the top there. All yours if you want it. God bless America! Wow, look at this view now. What a great place that was. Loving it. I'll be surprised if there's not major thunderstorms later on tonight. It's that sort of a day. So I mentioned earlier that we're doing the Lolo Pass. This is the town of Lolo, which we're going to go through, and then we hit the border of Montana, and then we're into Idaho. So that'll be it for our Montana Odyssey. It's been absolutely incredible. We'll be left with great memories. It's been a really lovely place. Quite different to what I thought. I was expecting wide open prairies, and I'm sure there are those here, but in the little bit of Montana we nibbled in, it was basically mountains. And there's a clue in the title, of course. Montana obviously means mountains, doesn't it? Land of mountains. Right, I need Lolo Creek Road on the right. Right, this is our turn. Oh, is this our lads up here on the right? Looks like it might be. Let's see if they're alright. Yeah, are you okay? Scottish contingent are fine. Just thought we'd better check. this on my Panigale would be absolutely cracking. It's pretty flipping good, 2 up on a GS. It's been a cracking ride this afternoon. After all the straight roads we did this morning, to get to some of these big bends, it's just lovely. So we're basically following this small river just to the left of us here on this road. I think this is still technically the Lolo Pass, by the way. It's a brilliant ride. I'm just struck by how different that river looks compared to the ones that we saw in Canada that had that real blue mineral colour to them. Whereas now they just look more like rivers that we used to at home, that sort of dark colour. I guess it's because of the rocks at the bottom. It's interesting how when you travel a few thousand miles, stuff starts to change and you notice. And here we are, folks. Welcome to Idaho, entering Pacific time zone. Another little change for us. Right, there's a visitor centre. Let's go and check what that's got to offer. Thank you, Montana. Loved it. Hope we get to come back someday. So here we are at the Lolo Pass Visitor Centre, and I have to say, well, it's at the end of the Lolo Pass, just over the border into Idaho. What a fantastic ride that was. That last bit of the Lolo Pass, last 30 miles, possibly one of the best rides I've ever done, actually. It was absolutely cracking. Really enjoyed it. All right, let's see what we can find out here then. So we're just checking out some of the local information on this map here, and the bit of the Lolo Pass we just did was from Missoula to here. So just that tiny bit, and there's all this to do.
The Lolo Trail.
We're actually staying tonight around about here somewhere, so only about 12 miles to go. We're quite high here though, aren't we?
5,225 feet.
She knows everything. So the Scottish contingent has turned up and they've brought their weather with them. It's just started to rain. Look at this.
Various Starbucks kind of places.
So, what did you make of that last ride then?
That was lovely.
It's great, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was so scenic, and the roads were nice and bendy, and
yeah.
the conditions were great. There was that motorcycle advisory at the start.
Was there? I missed that. Yeah. Shows how attention we were paying.
I wondered if it was to warn cars that there were lots of
bikes.
Quite a lot of bikes on it.
Yeah,
bikes.
Yeah.
I wondered about that.
For obvious reasons, because it's a nice twisty road.
It was amazing,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine that on a sports bike, it'd be fantastic. It wasn't bad on these.
I think you'd kill yourself.
Yeah, great stuff. Oh, rain stopped. That was short-lived. Right. Quick little stop at the visitor centre there, very interesting. And onwards into Idaho. Another new state for us. Never been to Idaho before, never thought I'd go. Always fancied it though. So looking forward to this. Clear everywhere. Right, back on the Lewis and Clark Trail, which I'm ashamed to say I don't really know anything about. I think it's just kind of founding fathers wagon train type thing, but it just reminds me of Superman every time I hear it. I'm thinking Lois and Clark, and I'm guessing that's probably why it's called Lois and Clark, because it came from that. Anyway, I'm sure somebody can put me right in the comments below on that one. Well, it's one thing coming down here on a motorcycle and enjoying these passes, but can you imagine coming across the country on a wagon train through this sort of terrain? How difficult would that be? Anyway, final push now, just 12 miles to our cabins, so looking forward to seeing what they're like. Just past a sign that said winding road next 99 miles. That's what we like to see, isn't it? Right, and here's the turn off for Losher Lodge, our home for the night. Let's see what we have here then. Right, this looks alright. We'll check in and we'll see you in the room. So folks, welcome to our lodge. This is it, number 16. Check this out, it's really quite cool. Tour please, Mrs. Fryer. Fly screen.
Who's doing the tour, me or you?
You, crack on then, you can't just wander in, you've got to talk about it.
It's quite cute, isn't it?
It's very cute, look at it.
Yeah. And,
spacious.
And we've got a bathroom.
Yeah, apparently, not everybody has.
Oh, there. My word.
Well, that's alright, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
So, we struck gold. Cracking down the bike. Enjoyed that ride, didn't you, Kat?
I did, it was great fun.
Yeah, brilliant. And can't remember where we're going tomorrow, but we'll tell you that then. We're going to get unpacked, sort ourselves out. Time for a bit of R&R. Well, good morning folks, and welcome to our cabin here on the Lolo Pass in Idaho. It's a beautiful day. We've had a bit of thunder and rain overnight, but it's dawned quite nice now. Check out the sky. Bikes are all at the ready and looking forward to another ride today, finishing off the Lolo Pass. Believe it or not, we've got about another 80 miles of twisty rides through the Lolo Pass as we work our way through Idaho on the way towards Washington. Let me show you where we are and where we're going to down the map. So this is where we are at the moment. We're just over the border into Idaho. This is the orange bit that we're going to be doing today. This is the rest of the Lolo Pass, heading west towards Lewiston. When we get to Lewiston, that's on the border with Washington. I'll have to move to another map. Back here we are, Lewiston. Here's the border with Washington. And then we're going to continue down this road here all the way to a place called Dayton. So end of the day we'll be at Dayton. It's about 240 miles. Cannot wait, in particular for that first part, which is the end of the Lolo Pass. So stick around, stay tuned. We'll see you on the bike. Alright, so time to leave the lodges. What an absolutely brilliant stay we've had here. Loads of sort of ATV enthusiasts have turned up. They've got these great setups, these amazing trucks, and then these Can-Am type ATV type vehicles on the back of the trailers. They look really cool. And everybody that drives them seem to be, you know, fairly mature. You know, we're talking people look like they're in their 70s. So they know how to party, the seniors here in the US. And what a fantastic place to do it. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get back on the bike. We've got the Lolo Pass to finish. Well, what a fabulous little spot that was. And I'll tell you what, the food there at the restaurant that was part of the complex was some of the best food that we've eaten since we've been here. The breakfast was cracking, well, as was supper last night. Really good. If you ever find yourself in the area, do check it out. Right, we had quite a bit of rain in the night and cracking thunderstorms, so the roads may be a little bit damp, so I'm just taking it a little bit easy to start with. And today I think the first part of the ride is going to be the best. We are clear. May have rained in the night, but absolutely beautiful day today. Look at this blue sky, fabulous. Right, we'll settle in, crack on for another day's brilliant ride, this time through Idaho. Coming into a place called Wendover, which amuses me, as of course I often ride in Wendover, Buckinghamshire, which is quite a long way from here and quite different. You may notice I've been out this morning as well with the cleaning cloths. I've given the GPS a much needed clean. Mirrors in the screen as well, so hopefully your viewing pleasure is enhanced by a clearer view this time. I'm sorry it's taken so long on this trip for me to get around to cleaning that. I didn't think it was going to make that much difference, but actually it looks so much better. Got a bit of an issue with the TFT on this bike though. When I picked it up, it got this sort of sticky goo on the screen. And it's still kind of there, which is the only problem with these TFTs. The BMW make the best TFTs in the game. I've said that often. But you do have to look after them, and if you get them wet or damaged or whatever, then you've got a problem. So I think if it was my bike, or if I was to buy a bike with one of those on, I'd get a protective screen to go on there, because that just looks horrible. And there's, I don't know what's on there, but it's not coming off. It was like that when I picked it up, as I say. road this is. Incidentally, that place that we stayed with, the amazing log cabins and the big lodge and the excellent food and the ATVs and all that, if you ever find yourself on the Lolo Pass and you need somewhere to stay, it's called the Losha Lodges, spelled L-O-C-H-S-A, Losha Lodges. Absolutely brilliant place. And by the way, if you're wondering about the costs of this tour, at the very end of the series we will do a little sum up like we did at the end of our European tour, where we give you how much this tour has cost. We'll stick around and stay tuned to the very last episode, the end of the last episode for that. We'll give you a rundown of the costs as well in case you're curious. Oh, what a stunning day.